Hello traders, it is Wednesday, July 24th. We are halfway through the trading session, fairly slow day, so I thought I would take advantage of this opportunity and do my weekly video recording, hopefully catch some stocks that are setting up right now so that you can take advantage of them during the trading day. Everything that I'm going to be showing you is available through Option Stalker. I'm going to be using real-time data. I have an interface with Interactive Brokers and with Tradier. I've written into those APIs, and if you're an active trader, you certainly want to go that route because Option Stalker is fantastic for day trading, and that's primarily what we do, Option Chat Room. However, Option Stalker's also great for end of day analysis. Just use the daily charts, and that's what I'm going to be focusing on today. We're looking for longer term daily setups that have perhaps 1 week, 2 week, 3 weeks of duration. So everything that I'm going to be showing you is available at www.oneoption.com. And if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up in YouTube. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel because I do post real-time videos with real picks that are excellent right now. Now, a lot of my videos are posted a week after the fact. I do that so that my members have the first shot at taking the trades, but you never know when I might put up a video that actually has current trades right here, right now. I also encourage you to look at the previous videos, get a feel for my track record because I start every single video off with my prior week's picks and I show you how they did. I show you all of them, not some of them, I show you all of them. So that's where we're going to start right now. First of all, let's take a look at the market. You can see we had a breakout here through the 295 level on the SPY. We went up, made a new high, came back. Now we're sitting right above that level waiting for earnings releases to come out. They will dictate market direction over the course of the next week and a half. We've got some decent earnings announcements this week. About 25% of the S&P 500 will report this week, with the majority of companies reporting next week. Plus we have an FOMC meeting next Wednesday when we're expecting a quarter-point rate cut. So lots of news coming up. The action should be quite brisk. So at this juncture, I am pretty market neutral. At a forward PE of 17, stocks are at the upper end of their valuation range, and there's plenty of downside risk. I feel the upside potential is fairly limited. Downside risk is fairly great. I am market neutral in here, so this is the most important message I have for you today. I am not looking to swing trade right now. We need another week's worth of information. We need to see market direction. We need to know if the market's got more gas in the tank or if the news that comes out is simply not good enough. And if that's the case, there's a very good chance that we could retrace. I believe the market's also going to be looking for a September rate cut. And when the FOMC statement comes out next week, if we don't get that verbiage, the market could drop. So I'm going to show you some great picks. We'll take a look at stocks that are moving and setting up well, but we do not have a market tailwind. Everything starts with the market. Market first, market first, market first. Critically important, and most novice traders lose sight of that. They get tunnel vision and they focus on the individual stock. I'm going to keep this very simple today. I'm only going to look at our pop bull search, but before I do that, I'm going to go into lists and I'm going to bring up July 18th. These are the stocks that I highlighted a week ago. ALKS was one. This is when the video came out. The next day you can see the stock started to drift lower and lower and lower. We wanted that middle point of that green bar to be preserved, and once it failed, there was no reason to get into this trade. So when it drops below, then we would place an alert, just like that, and when it comes back above that midline, now we're interested again as long as it can close above it. So ALKS, no trade. Baxter. This is when the video came out. You can see the stock has been grinding higher. So this trade would have worked, but there are earnings coming out in a couple of days. So I would exit this trade, take your profits. FDC, this is where the video was recorded. The next day it opened on its high and it sold off the whole day. We want to buy at that midpoint. So we did have a chance to buy this at the midpoint. So we would have taken a position here, and when the stock closed below that midpoint, you should have exited, or certainly exited today, as that long green candle is reversing. I still think this breakout here will be a good entry point, so you could keep a little wider stop and use this as your stop out point, and that was what we initially discussed. Try and buy it midway here, use this as your stop. So I would technically be in the trade, but I wouldn't fault you if you were out on this weakness, given that that midpoint has failed. MTCH, video here, spike up, pull back, but it's been able to hold this midpoint right in here, that breakout right in there. We were willing to buy this right away Thursday because of those points coming right through the middle of that green bar. So we probably were not going to get much of a retracement to that level, given that that should be big support. The stock has continued to grind higher. It's a winner. I like it. Sale. That's the video. Spends a couple days sideways. Boom. Moving higher. Love the breakout here through horizontal resistance. Love the upward trend line. Love the fact that we are in the gap. Okay? Lots of room to fill in. This is a really nice trade. SAND. Beautiful. There's our Thursday video right there. Stock doesn't retrace very much. We did want to buy it right in here. If you're watching it, probably saw it ticking higher. Really nice full head of steam here. Those are our picks. So in a very flat market, very sideways market, we've had one loser and 4 winners. So not too bad, given that the market is sideways. I'm going to try and replicate that this week. I'm going to click on scanner. I'm going to click on bullish. I'm going to wait to the bullish side because we have a market that is near an all-time high. The first 2 weeks of earnings season tend to be very strong. Earnings season is front-end loaded with the strongest companies announcing early. That builds optimism, so I'm expecting good positive price action for the next week. Once Apple reports, that'll be the last of the mega cap tech stocks to report. I think we need to be very, very careful, and we need to watch for possible profit taking. All I'm going to do is click through some of these symbols here, and I'm going to note stocks that I like. Very nice uptrend, pull back here, earnings after the close yesterday, stock gaps up through a new all-time high. I like this stock. This is your natural stop level right here, SNAP symbol. Snapchat. NAVI, beautiful compression longer term, nice breakout here. Can't buy it up here. Need a retracement to at least, say, the $14 level. At $14, we use this $14 level as our stop. So we want to be able to buy this stock. Let's call it $14.50, I think would be a good entry area. $14.60, let's make it. That is the midway point right there. So if we can get in at $14.60, we're a buyer, and we're going to use $14 as our stop. Choppy? No. Yes, I like this. Big run up. That tells me that there's lots of buying building up. Stock pulls back a little bit, holds most of those gains right here, starts to form a support level, and you can see how the support level is gradually becoming higher and higher, meaning that buyers don't think they'll have a chance to buy it here, so they buy it here, they buy it here, they buy it here. all of a sudden you start to see the stock creeping higher with this gradual trend line because the bid is strengthening, and then you blow through the upper resistance level. That's a really nice breakout. So this stock looks like it's got a full head of steam. I really like this one. RHI, choppy, choppy, choppy. Get a nice earnings report, nice breakout in here. It's okay. Can't say it's one of my favorites. I think it's got plenty of room to go. I'm going to click on SMA. Let's put up the 200-day and the 100-day. See what we've got going here. That 200-day moving average should supply nice support, especially with the 100-day just below it. So in this instance, if you can buy it at the 200-day, I would buy it there, and I would use the 100-day as a stop on a closing basis. This is a very easy trade to structure, and it has decent upside potential to it. So buy at the 200-day, use the 100-day for your stop. I like it. SC, like this one. Nice uptrend here. Compression, breakout. Compression, breakout. So I can't say, and there was an earnings announcement here, we want to try and buy this around the 2650 level, halfway up this long green bar. If we don't get it, we don't want it. And we're going to use $26 as our stop. That is the breakout right there. So try and buy at 2650, use 26 as your stop. ON, nice. Semiconductors are doing well today after Texas Instruments announced. Choppy. Trying to get through these major moving averages. Not that interested. This is nice, but choppy. Good breakout. Not that interested in it. This is a nice grind higher. Good breakout. Earnings related. So nice, but a little bit too choppy. This will be the last one that I highlight. Compression, breakout, breakout. There's a really nice compression longer term right here, and we have a really nice breakout right here. I like this stock, SWCH. I would not wait on this stock. I would buy this stock, and we're going to be using this as our stop. That high right there, or close, was 1365. A close below that level is your stop. Because of this wick on this candle, I don't think we're going to see a lot of retracement on it. If you happen to be able to buy it right there at the 1380 level, that'd be a nice little scoop. But we're happy buying it at 1399, and again, we're going to use 1365 as our stop. So let's go in. We're going to create a list, and we're going to call it July 24. And in our list, we are going to put Snapchat and RHI, SC, XON, SWCH. Save it, close it. Let's review it very quickly. RHI, we are going to try and buy the stock at the 200-day moving average. Really big pop up. We'd like to see it come back and challenge that level. We buy it here. We use the 100-day as our stop on a closing basis. Stock closes below the 100-day moving average. We take our little loss right here. SC, we're going to try and buy it halfway up this green candle. That's the 2650 level. We're going to use $26 as our stop on a closing basis. Snapchat, nice move higher. We're going to try and buy that at the 1650 level, and we're going to use 1610 as our stop on a closing basis. You can also look at the opening of this wick right here, and you can use that as your stop on a closing basis. So buy it at 1650. Let's say that we use $16 as our stop on a closing basis. SWCH. We like it right here. We're going to buy it right now, and we're going to use a stop right at the upper end of this candle here. That is 1365. So buy it at 14, stop out at 1365 if the stock closes below that level. XON, we're above that 200-day moving average. This is our natural stop out area. So stop out if the stock closes below the 200-day moving average. Try to buy it right here. I would say the $8 level is where we would try to get long. Now this is a biotech, so it could really start moving. And if it takes out this high here, then we might want to take a position in it, buy some, and make sure that it is able to hold that breakout level on a closing basis. So if it starts to tick higher like this, I'd say you can get on board with this one, but then you would use this as your stop. If you can buy it in the $8 range, which I would really prefer, then we can lean on that 200-day moving average as our stop. Those are your picks this week. We've got 5 of them. Take a very quick look at the S&P 500 again, and not much going on. We've broken out here through horizontal resistance. We rallied up, had a nice little breakout here at the 295 level. SPY needs to hold 295. If it cannot, after a week's worth of earnings next week and after the FOMC meeting, I personally will be looking to short the market at 295 if we close below it. So as long as we stay above SPY 295, these stock picks are valid. If you enter these trades and we get a close below 295 on the SPY, exit all of your long positions. Then we want to be 100% sidelined no matter what happens. So we're tentatively long here. We're hoping that the next week continues to be bullish and that earnings fuel a rally to the new all-time high. If that happens, the stocks I've highlighted should perform very well. Thank you. Please subscribe to my channel. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like it. We'll see you next Wednesday, and we're going to review these trades. I hope to show you some winners. Thank you.